I want to be royalty. I want to have power. So I'm learning about all of the monarchs in England, throughout history. The conquerors and the ones that inherited all of their wealth and glory. I guess I plan to do both. One thing I'm noticing is that a lot of these kings died in the late teens, or the 20s, or the 30s, or the 40s, and at most, the early to mid 50s. I think that part of the crazed ruthlessness came from knowing that they had to get it all in while they could, because they knew that they wouldn't be around for too long. Also, it didn't matter if you were brothers, if you were related. These guys beat the crap out of each other to make it to the throne with no conscience about it. Kind of the way I'd basically beat the crap out of Ulf if I had a chance of going to the throne. But that's a different story for a different day. So there are a couple of House of Denmark kings before we're back to the House of Wessex. The House of Denmark kings included King Harald I and also King Harthacnut. That's a mouthful. King Harald I reigned from 1035 to 1040. He really wasn't the people's choice. He inherited the throne when his brother and the preferred heir, Harthacnut, was away in Denmark. He was rejected by the Archbishop of Canterbury, and he struggled for absolute power. He died just as his brother was planning to invade England to reclaim his right to the throne. So King Harthacnut, this nice and stable fellow, exhumed and beheaded his dead brother Harold for the harsh treatment of the stepbrother, who, Harold, equally nice and stable, had blinded and exiled. King Harthacnut ruled pretty freaking poorly, I must say. He increased taxes at a time when there were poor harvests. This led to civil unrest. He died after drinking to the health of a bride. Isn't that ironic? He drank to the health of a bride and then he died. Yeah, I made another rhyme. Back to the House of Wessex, another saint. This was Saint Edward the Confessor, who reigned from 1042 to 1066. Edward's half-brother was King Harthacnut. Edward became king when Harthacnut died. He struggled for power against Godwin, the Earl of Wessex. As to what he confessed, I have absolutely no idea. We have to look it up. We have to do a Google search. We go now from the House of Wessex to the House of Godwin, to King Harold II. King Harold II was the last Anglo-Saxon king of England. He had some luck at the Battle of Stamford Bridge, where he defeated his brother, but things really sucked just days after that, when he was killed at the Battle of Hastings, where William of Normandy invaded. King Harold II's reign was from January 1066 to October 1066, another really like a laughably short reign. Alright, back to the House of Wessex with King Edgar II, who reigned a whopping 2 months from October 1066 to December 1066. King Edgar II was the grandson of the deposed King Edmund II. King Edmund II he was the one with the short and the violent reign, and he was succeeded by King Knut of the House of Denmark. Anyway, Edgar was one of 4 kings to rule in 1066. 1066 was one wild party of the year, I guess. He was pronounced king after the death of King Harold II. But everything fell apart when William the Conqueror arrived in London. And this is when it all changed.